Hey, what's up everybody? Nerd Informants, and we're getting ready to film for the weekend on Sunday. New episodes. We're up to episode 15, right?
15?
That's crazy when you think about it.
That's
really
awesome sauce, though.
Now, obviously, we went out, and it's Labor Day weekend, and we're celebrating, having a great time. Tim and I actually went and saw the new movie called Don't Breathe from director Fede Alvarez, starring Stephen Cable Lang. And so we're going to be talking about that, right?
We are going to be talking about that. We got a lot to talk about, actually.
And also, too, we decided after the movie, after seeing Stephen Lang get the drop on some unsuspecting money-hungry teens, that we were hungry, and thanks to Hong Kong Buffet for hooking us up with a delicious lunch/dinner. We're sorry to tell you this, but there's no food left at Hong Kong Buffet.
None. So, but I mean, still come by. They got plenty of egg rolls left.
They do. They do. That's about it.
They heard I was coming.
Yep.
So.
And so, also, too, while we're on the road for kind of another roving edition of Nerd Informants, these roving videos are actually starting to become quite fun.
Yeah, I enjoy them. It's important.
We were talking about something that was about the size of an egg roll. Should we go there?
No, we shouldn't.
Yeah, we're not going to go there. It's a mystery. We might talk about it in the show, but we're not going to talk about it right here on camera. So, happy Labor Day weekend, people, and stay nerdy.
So, anyway, you're in the Battlefield 1 beta, and you can't, look, I'm running around, picture Vistas. It's a beautiful looking game. We're in the desert, you can see foliage and sand and all kinds of stuff, and...
Guy sounds like me running. I need a gummy bear break.
Somebody give me a burrito right now. Okay, now this is problem number one with the open beta. Here it is. You see how I could barely jump over that? It restricts your jumping whenever you spawn, and you can't climb anything either. So that's problem one. But then you can't, literally you can't, there's no guns. You have no grenades, no melee, you've got nothing.
We have armed objective apples.
Now, I can arm an objective, I can plant a bomb. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Now watch, if there's somebody out there that's gonna try and stop me, I can't stop them because I have no weapons. I spawned in with nothing, so I'm gonna try and defend myself with no weapons at all. Okay, we're about ready to see an explosion.
Taken out objective apples.
Wow.
Well, that sucked.
Now look at that, okay. I destroyed an objective and I did that with no weapons. Because this is how awesome the Battlefield 1 beta is. It throws you into matches with no weapons. I'm gonna try and destroy the other objective now.
We have armed objective.
And I lost. This is the Battlefield 1 beta. Are you impressed? What do you think about that? I mean...
That was pointless. Why are they giving you hood ornaments?
Does that hood ornament look familiar to you?
Yeah, it looks like a Chrysler, right?
Actually, Mercedes?
Mercedes?
Is it Mercedes-Benz? Yeah, okay. So
Benz, that's right.
they give you Mercedes-Benz medals for essentially going in and losing with no weapons. Now, when this thing first started, let me just tell you, I couldn't get into any servers, I couldn't connect, and this went on for hours. And then when I did get into a match, I wasn't able to play, and I was placed in queue, and that lasted for a good 2 hours. I took a nap and fell asleep and woke back up, and my queue position was still exactly the same. That's how bad the day one launch was for this. And here we are, 3 or 4 days in, and you're still spawning in with absolutely no weapons whatsoever. And it doesn't matter if you play Conquest or Rush.
Then what's the point of them even having it launched? If it's not even ready to be played, then don't launch the open beta. Wait. Push it back.
Doesn't this look great? We're in again, and again we've spawned in with no weapons, and the game's telling me that I was assigned to the UK team based on skills. I don't know if that's a race thing, possibly. But again,
You're so bad.
Look at this. I've got literally no weapons again. Okay, so We could spend forever talking about this, Timmy, but I just wanted you to see it firsthand so you could see what I've gone through since the launch with the Battlefield 1 open beta. No weapons, a lot of like spawning issues, so it is still like not up to par. And the retail launch of this is less than a month away. Kind of scary.
Work to do.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean,
This is bad. This is really, really bad.
you don't even have access to weapons in the open beta. I mean, that essentially tells me that they've not taken the time to create what needed to be created.
We have armed objective butter.
I mean, as you can see, we can plant bombs with relative ease, but the horses are great. The horse combat is awesome. Like, you jump on a horse, you've got like one click to speed up the horse. You can actually charge in with your saber and slice people to bits with a sword, or you can one-arm shoot a rifle off of a horse, which is pretty cool.
We have armed objective apples.
But that's it. I mean, either you're in an empty server and it still doesn't matter because, quite frankly, like, you can't. This is awful. That's it. Yeah.
It shouldn't take this long to blow something up.
We have taken out objective apples.
Okay, gang, so we just wanted to give you like some quick commentary. I wanted Tim to see this for himself. It's the Battlefield 1 open beta, and this game is absolutely atrocious. It does not get a nerdy certification thus far from Nerd Informants and yours truly, who has been testing it since the launch date. Just an epic flop from EA.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I don't see the point of why they even launched the beta if you can't do
What is
anything.
up, fellow nerds? Welcome to Nerd Informants episode number 15. Josh Grisham back at it again.
I'm Tim Church, and I'm here too.
You are right beside me, and what a week it has been. Labor Day weekend 2016 for the Nerd Informants. You and I have pretty much been everywhere and have done every single thing.
We've done it all. There's not a single thing we missed.
What we did do, though, is we traveled up to Springfield, and you and I attended our first con together. It was Ruble Con 2016. And
right.
my, what an adventure it was. And you had toy envy.
I did have toy envy. It had, if I had the money, riches of the world at my fingertips, I suppose, all those vendors would have left very happy people.
You know, one thing I will say is RubleCon was really a delight to be able to go and attend. I really wish, from my perspective, there was a lot more people there at RubleCon. It seemed to me attendance was kind of low. But going in there, what an experience it was, because I got to meet a young man that really has battled demons for quite a while. He's a subject of a documentary right now on Netflix. Jake the Snake Roberts, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake, alongside Diamond Dallas Page of DDP Yoga fame, and I got a chance to have a photo op and some conversation with Jake the Snake Roberts, and wow, what a moment that was.
It was exciting to be there to watch you enjoy that moment.
I was geeking out, wasn't I?
You were. You really were. And I was excited to see you have that geek out moment. I think this was the first time I've got to actually be with you for a geek out moment in person over a person of celebrity status. So
I gotta tell you, it was just really an honor to be able to see Jake the Snake Roberts in person and just tell him what an inspiration he is, and tell him that I'm glad and very thankful that he conquered his demons, addiction, alcoholism. If you have not seen the documentary on Netflix, I highly recommend you do that, because truly it is a powerful story. I mean, it's stripped down. It is Jake the Snake Roberts at his realest. It is at his rawness. I mean, you see the entire journey. The ups, the downs, the battles, the fights with Diamond Dallas Page. Just a really good story, and Jake the Snake Roberts looked incredibly well, and it was an honor for Nerd Informants to be able to have a photo taken with him, but also to get a chance to interrupt a smoke break on the way out of Ruble Con. But you were expecting to see a hero, and your hero was not there. What happened with that?
yeah, our trip up there, my good buddy Chris Roll texted me, and he was already at Ruble Con, and he informed me that my personal writing hero for comic books such as Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, Magneto, recent Sinestro. He left early. He had to fly out.
He was not there.
Was what his representative told us. And that kind of broke my heart because I was really had my eye and my heart and my toes set in his direction. And to get there and him not being here, Colin Bunn left early.
Now, you said you were going to go all the way to St. Louis. You were going to go right to his house, and you were going to force him to autograph all your material.
I thought about it. It was a thought. But let me try to explain this.
You just put it into perspective for me, buddy, because, I grasp it. I feel you.
As I've told many times, and you've heard the story, Deadpool was my first comic book. The following comic books I read were written by Colin Bunn. The first Comic-Con I went to in St. Louis, Wizard World 2014, Colin Bunn was supposed to be there. I couldn't believe it. I had just started on this journey of reading comic books, and I just had the chance to read his work, and then following that, I would get the chance to meet him, and he canceled that trip as well. So, and then the following year, I was hoping to see him. I didn't get to go to Comic-Con that year, but then this past year, I was hoping he'd make the guest list, and he didn't. So, then when I found out that he was going to be at Ruble Con, I got very excited, very hopeful, only to be disappointed on the way up there that he was gone. It really put a stake in my heart. And
you got staked by Colin Bunn.
I did. But I do have plans to meet him. I will meet him someday. But just following him flying off somewhere, they did make the announcement this week that he is teaming up to bring a new Marvel series, Monsters Unleashed. So,
Monsters Unleashed. Yeah. So more material for you to get of Colin Bunn.
So
in hopes that you'll have an autograph session with Colin Bunn at some point down the road.
It's hopeful. It is hopeful. But, I don't wish him ill. I understand he's a busy man.
Yet.
And, yet. But someday I do look forward to our meeting and look forward to our conversation. And this is going to make an interesting story to tell him that I've been literally chasing him around cons for 3 years now and have yet to meet him. So,
this has nothing to do with being like a stalker or anything like that.
Not at all.
It's all about just, nerd love, man.
Yeah.
We're appreciative of your work, Colin Bunn. We just want to catch you, man.
And I love his work. I love his writing, and it's one of my life goals is to finally get the chance to meet him. So, Colin, hopefully someday we will get the chance to meet, and I'll get to ask you all the questions I have for you. But at the end of the day, and when I say at the end of the day, I literally mean at the end of the day, I did get my hopes brought back up again because I got to meet somebody else.
Who did you get to meet?
I got to meet John Schneider.
Okay, now I knew this was coming. On this episode of Nerd Informants. Now, if you don't know who John Schneider is, you think about Bo and Luke Duke, the Dukes of Hazzard. The table is yours. Just go ahead and lay it out for the masses because, yes, we're all jealous. You got to meet an incredibly awesome individual. Please,
all right,
take it away.
For those of you who don't know, we are from Branson. We live and work in Branson.
Yes, we do.
We're not sharing our addresses with you because that would be weird.
Come on, I was just getting ready to do that.
You can't. No. You can't Tony Stark 3, Iron Man 3 this situation.
I'm right here. Come and find me, okay? You want my address here? Let me just go ahead. Give me a pen. I'm good. You do your thing.
Yeah, go find a pen. So basically, John Schneider came to Branson on Sunday for a benefit concert because he lives in Louisiana. And through my work, I do work in the news department at the local radio stations here in Branson.
Yes, you do.
And I enjoy that tremendously. And part of my work, it was to cover that concert as the city of Branson and Branson residents were all coming together to bring John Schneider to Branson to have a benefit concert for the state of Louisiana. From what I understand, raised really close to $30,000.
Awesome.
So that's fantastic. But on top of that, I was really looking forward to meeting this man. As Josh said, he was Bo Duke from the Dukes of Hazzards. Later in life, he also became Jonathan Kent from the 10-season show of Smallville.
That's where the nerd love comes in, folks.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He played Pa Kent on Smallville. I believe it was for the first 5 seasons is when he was on the show. We all know what happens to Jonathan Kent on any Superman series or show.
Why does he have to die? I'm I'm sorry. Did I just spoil it? Yeah, I did. I spoiled it.
But anyway.
At least it wasn't a tornado.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Kevin Costner. Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
You're on my list, and it's not a good one, pal.
But no. So he got to come here. I got my picture with him. I got an autograph.
Yes, you did.
And, it was a wonderful experience. He is such a kind, humble, talented man. I was actually speaking with our mayor, Karen Best, and she informed me that it had been years since he had picked up a guitar. So he came on stage performing.
Wow.
Whenever I say perform,
nerve-wracking experience
he was singing,
for John.
He was a country singer. I mean, he's a recorded artist, a well-known one. But it had been years since he picked up a guitar and sung for himself, is what the mayor informed me. But he put on a fantastic show. Okay, it was awesome. And I loved every second of it. I was only going to stay for like the first few minutes so I could get some pictures. Then I could go back and I could write the story and get everything done for the night. Because you got to remember, this was like Sunday night at like 8 o'clock. And I still had to get ready and go to work the next morning. But I
forgot all about the time, though.
I forgot about the time. I didn't care about the time anymore. I wanted to stay and see him perform. So I got to meet Jonathan Kent, a.k.a. Bo Duke, a.k.a. a zillion other roles that he is known for that he's done tremendous work on. But John Schneider came into my life, but quickly he was gone. But
this is why my co-host, folks, is awesome. This is why I worship at the Church of Tim, the Tim Church.
It was a good experience. So you got to meet Jake the Snake Roberts. I got to meet John Schneider. I think it was a good day for both of us, to be honest.
What a day that was. What a day that was in the annals of Nerd Informants history and lore. We're never going to forget that, clearly.
No, not at all.
Forging ahead, though, into the weekend, obviously, Labor Day weekend for many out there. Hope everybody's Labor Day weekend is just going swimmingly. You guys are out and about with family, enjoying the beautiful weather here in Ozark Mountain Country. But you and I got out yesterday, and we kind of just made an afternoon of it. Took in a film. We saw director Fede Alvarez's latest movie coming off the reboot of Evil Dead, which was well received by the masses. Mm-hmm. This time, he turned in quite the thriller, starring Stephen Lang. Don't breathe.
Don't breathe.
Don't breathe. Okay, so we need a Nerd Informants assessment on that. We've had people asking us what we thought about it, but it's time to render a verdict on this film. Tim Church, Branson Meadows Cinema set the stage. What did you think of Don't Breathe?
This is interesting because there's so many parts to this movie that fit together perfectly. Like it was
a
awesome.
taut thriller, right?
It was awesome, and how one thing led to the other, and there was things you didn't see coming, and how it was all pieced together, and how it was written with hardly any words.
Yeah, no. One thing I will say is that Stephen Lang did not have a lot to say in this movie. No. But quite frankly, Stephen Lang, one of the things I told Tim is that Stephen Lang really is a physically imposing presence. I mean, his body of work, Colonel Quaritch in Avatar, you go all the way back to Tombstone, he has had a very storied career. But obviously, when he's given a chance to lead a film and really shine, his presence, whether he's speaking or not, it is just volumetric on screen. Just a really good body of work.
Oh yeah, and I'm happy to give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. So this really is almost certified nerd perfect, but it is definitely certified nerdy. So you have high praise for this movie.
I do. And by far this is Lang's best performance. I mean, it was very, very physical. What he did was very physical. But it was also very emotional.
Well, and really, the story will evolve and reveal itself as you watch the movie. One thing I will tell viewers of this episode of Nerd Informants, if you go and see Don't Breathe, one thing I would tell you is, and I told Tim I cautioned this because I went to the theater early, it was there before the movie even started, and I had seen stories saying that if you went and saw the film, within the first few minutes, there's kind of a scene that opens up with a movie that might reveal spoilers. But after seeing the movie, I would say, yeah, what you see at the very beginning really doesn't give you anything to go off of because the story has so many twists and turns. The way it's positioned in the film itself will completely throw you off. So whether you get there early or you wait a few minutes, I think you're going to be just fine. But the story revolves around three friends that want to get out of Detroit. They're tired of their lot in life there, and so they turn to pretty much bad ideas of robbing houses in Detroit so they can make money and they can leave Detroit behind and go out to California and just have this whole new life. But those plans, as they intended, do not go as planned, and it turns us on its ear in a major way.
It does. Basically, don't break into a blind Army veteran's house.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, Tim, the film toes that line between, okay, really is Stephen Lang's character really sympathetic? You kind of get that feeling when the movie first starts, but then as the film progresses on a little bit, you might just change your mind as to whether or not Stephen Lang is really a sympathetic character in this movie.
Exactly, and it was a constant flip-flop for me throughout the entire movie, whether I wanted to be rooting for the kids or for Lang's character. And also, I thought it was unique. The name of Lang's character was never revealed.
No, he's just the blind guy.
He's just known as the blind guy through the entire film, and I think that was fantastic. And I really enjoyed that because it almost gave you a separation from the character.
Yes, it did.
With him not having a name, with him, you're not fully attached to this character because you don't know his name is Dave or Henry or Steve or whatever.
You don't have anything to go off of. You don't really... You know a little bit of backstory, but I got to tell you, Fede Alvarez, who's the director of this film, he is really establishing himself very, very quickly as a master of the thriller because there are scenes that you're just kind of like, okay, really, I can't close my eyes. I can't hide from this because it's already here. It's happening. He just kind of throws it at you, and you just have to just process it.
And as we've established before with horror movies, I get scared. I jump easily.
It's quite fun to watch.
I giggle when I get scared. Thank you, Corey, for pointing that out on Facebook. But you know, it's not. It doesn't give you time. You don't have time to jump. You don't have time to giggle. You don't have time to react to what typically might scare you in a Friday movie or House at the End of the Street or whatever. It's just there's not enough time to do that.
I will be right there with Tim on this one. I will join him in giving this film 9 out of 10 pocket protectors. It is certified nerdy, friends. So if you get time, head out to the cinema. Check out Don't Breathe from director Fede Alvarez, starring Stephen Lang. A wily military veteran gets the drop on some unsuspecting, money-hungry teens that are out to change their lives. But their plans don't go as intended because you don't pick a fight with Stephen Lang, whether he's blind or not.
Yeah. And of course, there really is two comic book connections to this movie. One is Stephen Lang is really trying to become Cable.
Yes,
in the
he
next
is.
Deadpool movie.
He's got my vote, even though he's in his 60s.
He really wants to be in this movie so bad. And we could do an entire episode on that. But the second thing is there's been a meme going around of Charlie Cox's Daredevil playing as he is now, and then Stephen Lang in this movie playing the blind guy, saying, you either... you eventually can become the villain or whatever. I'm trying to think of what the Harvey Dent quote is from The Dark Knight. It's escaping me right now, and I feel really bad.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Thank you. I was having a major brain fart right there.
There you go, man. I got you covered.
But I thought that was hilarious. So this, in a nerd's mind, you could easily play this off as being a retired Daredevil, if you'd like.
There you go.
You can. You don't have to. And by no means is he a retired Daredevil. But it's an interesting concept in my mind, I think.
Let me throw something at you that I think is really going to probably tick you off a little bit. As a matter of fact, I already know it's ticking you off, and it's probably going to tick off a lot of our viewers as well. But just hot off the presses, it's on the Twitter feed right now for Nerd Informants. So you got to check it out there, by the way. But the first look reveal of Gabriel Luna as Ghost Rider is out there for you to consume, whether you like it or not. And quite frankly, it's probably going to make your head go up in flames. Tim Church, what do you think about the reveal of Gabriel Luna as Ghost Rider?
As I've been saying all along, he's not my Ghost Rider. He's just not.
He's not mine either.
He's not Johnny Blaze. He doesn't ride a motorcycle. They're taking a small comic book adaptation of Ghost Rider that was used for a while. It's pretty fresh, and I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know what direction or what mindset they have to bring in this kid as Ghost Rider instead of Johnny Blaze. But what are you going to do?
Is it probably because not only, I mean, I'm not going to say that Nicolas Cage was the premise behind this whole mess that is Ghost Rider. It's a combination of Nicolas Cage, in my opinion, and it's a combination of bad directors and bad movies. We did not do Johnny Blaze justice in those movies, so quite frankly, I am a fan without a Ghost Rider. So I don't really have an opinion on Gabriel Luna as Ghost Rider. Now, the fact that they decided to release this photo and there's no flaming skulls, there's nothing like that to go off of. I mean, maybe we're going to get a good movie adaptation out of this, and maybe we're going to see something special come out of this because, hey, in Marvel we trust, DC, what's it going to be? But this right now, I don't know. I'm a fan without a Ghost Rider.
Marvel has not done us wrong yet on too many fronts. Several things that could have been changed, several things that should have been changed along the way, the path here. But frankly, they've not done too much damage. They've not pulled a DC. But essentially,
there's
I'm
a
just
game
worried
called
that
Jumanji that has a life all its own.
For the last
You have no idea what you are getting yourself into.
I guess
An ancient game where the primitive spirit of the jungle can leap out and take hold of your world.
Daisy Johnson.
I've seen things you can't even imagine.
Actually, Sky becoming Daisy Johnson, becoming Quake, and
you can't
this
even
whole
see.
atmosphere
And
of
those who have ever played the game
humans are out there.
know the dangers
And
that
so
lie
are they gonna make Ghost
within.
Rider an inhuman,
You're afraid.
or is Ghost Rider?
It's okay to be afraid.
How is he
I
gonna
am
play
not
the story?
afraid of
I guess,
anything.
Honestly, that's what I'm
Prove it.
most worried about, more than anything. But and also, I suppose that since they're not using this as Johnny Blaze, it gives the Netflix or future movies a chance for Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider.
Back on track. Now, speaking of this is something that everybody out there is watching. Sure, they have a close relationship.
TriStar Pictures presents
Or just a full
Robin Williams.
But Suicide Squad has passed the $300 million mark domestically.
It's a jungle
So whether
in
you hate it or
there.
not, it's got legs.
It's got legs. It's moving forward quite quickly. It's not really lost a lot of steam since it came out in theaters. It lost a little bit of steam after the first weekend, but it still kept going. However, my review stands firm.
There you go. So even though it's becoming a little bit of a juggernaut, doing well domestically, Tim Church's review of Suicide Squad still stands firm. It is cemented. He will not be swerved. So there you go. Domestic totals for Suicide Squad are in here on the show. And this excited you a little bit. I think you've got a woman crush on her. Karen Gillian joining the Jumanji cast. Don't call it a reboot. Don't call it a remake because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson might come to your house and break you in half or give you a rock bottom. This movie is a continuation, as they would call it. That is PC movie vernacular. So, what do you think about Karen joining the cast? Is that going to provide it some much needed chutzpah?
Well, here's the deal. They're in the original movie. I mean, you had Robin Williams. You had Bonnie Hunt, right? Bonnie Hunt. That's her name. Yeah, Bonnie Hunt. You had a very young Kristen Dunst. You had that other kid that no one knows what happened to. I think he became a director or
He disappeared somewhere.
He works in commercials now or something.
I'm sure he'll pop up in a
Peter.
macaroni commercial down there. Yeah, Peter with the monkey tail. Mhm.
Yeah, and pretty much that was pretty good star-studded cast for back then. But now, I mean, we got Karen, we got The Rock, we got Kevin Hart, we got Jack Black, all in the same movie. That's a lot of star power to share a screen with.
And I like how, you know, The Rock, released the concept art of his character on Twitter, and obviously, you know, The Rock being the guy that he is, he's like, man, where's my pecs at? You know, it's like they photoshopped out my chest and stuff, and he's Dr. Bravestone. I mean, the guy is just pure energy manifested, and you're drawn to the theater to go and see whatever movie he's in, whether it's bad or not. And quite frankly, this movie I'm gonna go and see. I love the first Jumanji, so I'm gonna go into it with an open mind. And The Rock's in it.
Yeah, and frankly, my biggest fear The Rock put to sleep is that this was a reboot. But now that he's saying it's a sequel, it's a spin-off of the original, however you want to put it.
Continuation.
Continuation. That gives me hope, because I don't want them to bring back the same characters. I don't want to see Alan there. I don't want to see Alan. That was Robin Williams. And I don't want to see another guy called that. That would break my heart too much.
You don't want to see that called that?
No.
What's your deal, man? You don't like that stuff?
I don't like that stuff, no.
Okay, well, I mean, it's going to happen whether we want it to or not. And Rock, I mean, I know that you're probably not going to watch this episode 15 of Nerd Informants, but if by chance you do, you're perusing your YouTube there, champ, people's champ. If you smell what I'm cooking, please just stop with Jumanji and leave Big Trouble in Little China alone.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I did it. I got on my box. That just scares me, because that film is beloved to me.
It is, and you still are holding a grievance of sorts because I've never seen it.
Yeah, I am holding a grievance. I don't know why. Maybe I should just go with the flow and be like, all right, Dwayne, just go ahead and jump in there, buddy, and I'll just give you the benefit of the doubt. So we'll just leave that aside. So, big reveal, solo Batman movie. Ben Affleck, is he trolling the fans, or is he just the most clever son of a gun we've ever known in the movie world? Man, boy, he set the internet on fire.
He did.
With a video. And what was in that video?
It was a video of Deathstroke, a.k.a. Slade Wilson, coming out of what looked to be a cargo plane of some sort. Here's the deal with this. So many rumors started flying. Is he going to be in Justice League? Is he going to be in the solo Batman film? Is he going to be in both? Is he going to have his own movie? Why, or is this a piece of footage that was originally meant for the Suicide Squad movie and just didn't make the cut? Or is this something for Suicide Squad 2? So many rumors, no confirmation. Okay? I have looked everywhere. No one has officially confirmed where Deathstroke will come in. Everybody's saying that they have confirmation, but nobody actually has confirmation, because if they did, we'd all be hearing the same story and not 10 different stories of confirmations from 20,000 different sources.
Well, let's just look at it this way. My money is that he's going to appear in the solo Batman film, which, newsflash fans, we're going to have to wait 3 years before we even see it. Does that make you feel bad? I mean, is it too soon? Too soon, possibly?
Yeah. It just... You know, and I don't know why Affleck would release that. It just doesn't make any sense to me, unless it's something that would be in the upcoming Justice League movie, because it is so far away from his solo Batman movie. And, you know, it could have just been a test. Maybe they're just seeing what Deathstroke could look like in a solo Batman movie. But Affleck said, I mean, he doesn't have a script wrote. I mean, he's working on it. It's not been completed. So, I have no idea where Deathstroke's going to fit in.
He's working on it. He's trying, folks. But again, right now, let the rumor mill fly. Stay connected to Facebook and Twitter on this one, because right now, as it stands, Deathstroke he's been revealed. He's been teased by Batfleck himself. I don't know if he's just the ultimate internet troll or otherwise, but it's out there. The video is there for you to see online. Check it out and speculate away. Are we going to be right, or are we going to be wrong? I think there could be a tease for it, a setup in Justice League, but it isn't going to go beyond that. Mm-hmm. It'll probably be really, really quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, we lost a legend. we lost a legend, and just heartfelt tributes all over social media, online. We had it on our Facebook page and our Twitter page, but we lost a legend, an alum in Blazing Saddles, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and you think about Haunted Honeymoon and more. Rest in peace, Gene Wilder. What does Gene Wilder mean to you personally? I mean, just a comedic legend, so much range, an icon.
Here, we've discussed this. Another one of the things we've discussed numerous times is that my father, while I was a child, was really big in recording stuff off TV on the VHS tapes. He did that with Pete's Dragon. Another movie he did that with was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Okay, that's just, oh my gosh. How
many times did you see that growing up?
Zillions. And not only because it was such a great movie, I also had a ridiculous crush on Veruca Salt. I was just like, man, she's a spoiled brat, but man, I'd love to be her man.
You had a crush on Veruca Salt.
I did. She was just a giant flame ball of awfulness, but man, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Unbelievable. It all comes out now.
It is. It's the truth. But the whole snozberries taste like snozberries. What snozberries? Just that scene every time. I'm just like, that's my girl.
You know, to remember Gene Wilder, I mean, obviously, you pick out your favorite movie and you just go out there and you watch it on repeat over and over again. That really, the cool thing about film and movies is when we lose a legend, because you know, none of us are getting younger out there, and it's hard to see legends that we grew up with pass away, whether it's in the wrestling world for me or movies, and you see you know, the in memoriam tributes at the Oscars, and it's just, the list is so lengthy. We've lost legends in music and so much more. The way to have these legends move on and live on in us is to listen to the music that they made over and over again. Continue to watch the movies, but also share those movies with your friends that have never seen them before.
Yep.
You know, that's the way those legends live on.
And pass them on to your kids.
Exactly.
Okay? I can't stress how important it is that you show your kids Willy Wonka. When they're old enough, show them Young Frankenstein. Definitely when they're old enough.
Amen. Amen.
And Young Frankenstein get to see two legends with in that movie. Of course, Peter Boyle, one of my favorite actors of all time, was in there. But, you know, it's just show and share and explain what these people meant to you. As, you know, as a movie lover, and I don't have any kids, not married, but someday I hope to be. And there's nothing I want more than to share the relationship that I had between myself and the characters he created on screen, from Gene Wilder to Robin Williams to I posted this week on my personal Facebook page, Steve Irwin. It's been 10 years since the crocodile hunter passed away, was struck in the heart by a barb. But man, it's just, make sure you share these with your kids, with your grandkids. If you don't have kids, share them with your nieces and nephews. Just share so you can pass on the memories that you share in your heart to others.
Take the time, friends. Take the time. And wrapping up this edition, episode 15 of Nerd Informants. I mean, man, 15 episodes in itself. That seems like it's just flown by between the video editions and the podcast editions. We do it all. We want to remind you that the Penny Arcade Expo in 2016 in Seattle is wrapping up tomorrow. So if you haven't, get to the website, check it out, scope it out online. We've been doing some cross coverage there on our social media outlets that we've got through Facebook and Twitter. But it wraps up in Seattle tomorrow. But that is not all, because it's got different locations for you to book. PAX South tickets are on sale for San Antonio, Texas. So if you're in the mood, you're going to be going to San Antonio, Texas. PAX South is January 27th through the 29th, and that is in 2017. So that is a way to warm up your winter time if you are a nerd with PAX South. And Tim and I are kind of gearing up for it as well. Special thanks to Brian O'Neill, Vision Con, Arc Vindicta, all of the team there as well. They're busy traveling all over the world, and Brian has been just such a gracious individual and such an awesome guy to reach out to us, to give us access to these cons and really bring us along for the ride, which is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. or well, multiple time opportunities for us to be a part of those cons. SpaCon is a big event coming up. Hot Springs Convention Center. It is September 23rd through the 25th. It is SpaCon. You've got special guest Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura from the original Star Trek films. Folks, you owe it to yourself to be a part of that, and Nerd Informants, we're delighted to be there as well. It's going to be a fun trip down there, and we're going to enjoy ourselves some SpaCon.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. This is going to be our second con together representing Nerd Informants. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun, and we hope to see you guys there. If you guys see us, come up and see us.
Yes, definitely. We're going to be We're going to be chronicling our adventures, shooting video from the road, on location, hoping to get a lot of different interviews down there. There's going to be cosplayers we're going to be catching up with, sharing some stories there as well. Hopefully, that holy grail of interviews, Nerd Informants one-on-one with Nichelle Nichols. So hopefully we can make that happen as well. Talking with Brian O'Neill and the team as well from Arc Vindicta and SpaCon and VisionCon. And friends, it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime adventure down there in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We hope to see you. So, buddy, wrap it up, Nerd Informants episode 15, man. They can follow us. We encourage you to check out YouTube channels, Facebook, Twitter. How can they do that?
It's real simple. All you got to do, hit that search bar in any of the social media sites, type in Nerd Informants, and you'll find us automatically. We're the first thing that pops up. Super easy. Super easy.
Super easy, friends. Again, Nerd Informants. Just use those magic words and you are on your way to stay connected with us all over the interwebs. For Nerd Informants episode 15 and your Labor Day weekend 2016, I just have to simply say, friends, stay nerdy.
Bye-bye.